Hello there. I feel like this is kind of spooky lighting. I have like a small desk lamp right in front of me, but it's just this room is kind of dark and I feel like I'm getting ready to tell a ghost story or something. It's okay, I'm not gonna be here very long. I actually just got to the Motel 6 in Anaheim, across the street from Disneyland. It's gonna be a Disney day, or a Disney night, I guess I should say. It's almost 6 o'clock and I'm going to head into the parks to watch Fantasmic tonight, which has been down for I think a little over a year since Murphy the Dragon caught on fire. I've actually not seen Fantasmic since, I think it's been since 2019, since before everything closed down during the pandemic. And Fantasmic is one of my favorite things about Disneyland, so I'm really excited to see it tonight. Also, I think I'm gonna try to get something for dinner. I'm trying to revive my blog, which I used to review like Disney food and theme park food and events and things like that. And I just kind of let it go and I wasn't keeping it up. And I decided I'm going to start blogging again. And I've done a couple, like I did a post for Food and Wine. I have one right now for Pixar Fest, which I was gonna try. Like I have reviews. There's not a lot going on vegan-wise with Pixar Fest. I already have reviews up for 2 of the items and there's one thing that I still have to try, and I was gonna try to do that tonight, but I feel like it might be better use of my time to just go to Disneyland and get something to eat and then just enjoy Fantasmic. Plus, I realized I definitely have my work cut out for me trying to review all of the vegan items in Disneyland. I thought I had reviewed quite a few. I thought I had put a big dent in this project already. Some of the items that were there before, you know, in 2019, and some of the newer items that I have tried. But I went ahead and put everything into a blog post that's not published yet, but I put all of my photos and things that I've had already reviewed. And it turns out there's like 20 things that I still have to try, and I don't know how long that's gonna take me. I will probably publish like an in-progress version of this post like before I have tried all of the things, because I think that's gonna take me a while. I do have a magic key right now, but I think the next few days it's going to be blocked out for summer. I think my last day might be like Wednesday or Thursday of next week. So I want to try something in Disneyland. I'm not even counting, by the way, DCA or Downtown Disney. Those 20 things are only in Disneyland Park. So I think I'm gonna go try to have dinner in Disneyland. Maybe I'll come back again next week before my pass blocks out and try the Pixar Fest thing, or try, I don't know, something. Also, as you can see, this is not my house. I'm at a hotel. I think I said that already. I'm at the Motel 6 across from Disneyland, and this is kind of like, I'm trying to do test runs because I have my Run Disney event coming up in September, and I know I'm gonna wanna stay over the night before because the race starts like really early in the morning. I think the Motel 6 is pretty close to where the start line usually is. I don't think they've officially announced the track yet or the course for those races, but I think this is like location-wise pretty good. So this is like an option. So I kind of want to like test it out. And I have a couple of other options. I think my favorite hotel, like location-wise, comfort-wise, price-wise, in the area so far has been Hotel Lulu, and that's kind of like one of the more budget-friendly options, but I think Motel 6 consistently is pretty, like it's definitely on the budget-friendly end of the spectrum. I also have a review. Last time I stayed at Disneyland, I stayed at King's Inn, and I have a short video reviewing that hotel. I think the reason that wouldn't be an option for Run Disney is because it was a little bit loud. I have a feeling that's gonna be might be an issue here too, because I feel awkward talking at a normal volume because I feel like my neighbors can hear me. But the room itself seems nice. Like I think they recently updated it, which I had mixed feelings about. I liked the orange and white like motif that they had going on for a while, but I think now they're trying to make it look a little bit more upscale for Motel 6. I will say the room has not been the cleanest so far. I just stopped in to use the restroom and charge my phone, and there was like some hair left in the bathroom. There were also some cookie crumbs on the seat that I'm sitting in, which I cleaned it up, but there was like a full-on chocolate chip and like cookie crumbs. So, you know, it is what it is. Anyway, I think my phone is almost charged and I want to get into the parks and get my food and try to get a good spot for Fantasmic. I think I'm gonna try to do the first show, even though I know typically the second show is much less crowded and easier to get a spot. The shows are at 9 and then the fireworks are at 9:30, and then the second show I think is 10:30. And I've never made the second show before, I don't think. because 10:30 is like when I want to be either in bed or on my way to bed. So like that's never been an option. I was like, I'll deal with the crowds to see the early show. And I think it would be kind of nice to see the first show tonight because it's like coming back. I think people are going to be really excited. They have made some changes to the show. Like I know they changed the Pirates of the Caribbean scene back to Peter Pan, which is how it originally was when it premiered. And then also Murphy the Dragon, she literally got fired. And she is not coming back. So I don't know what the finale is going to be. I think there is a hologram or something or a projection involved. But I don't know. I will try to show you some of it. I think I will probably try. I'll probably try to take some clips. I feel like they're not going to be that good. Definitely not as good as seeing it in the moment live, but maybe I'll see what I can do. All right, let's go to Disneyland. Actually, just kidding. Before I go, maybe I should do a little room tour before I actually like sleep in the room and show you what it looked like. It definitely looks like a little more classy than before, I guess. I think the earlier vibe, the orange, like this wall used to be bright orange, and I feel like it was kind of more of a youthful vibe. But I've stayed in Motel 6 a few times, partly because it's like cheap and also because it's pet friendly. Bruce and I have stayed in Motel 6 before. And you know, I've always been, I feel like for the price, been pretty happy with it, especially if I'm just like staying overnight somewhere and I literally just need a place to sleep. Like I think I've stayed in Santa Barbara Motel 6 a couple times and I don't really remember where else, but it's always been fine. I haven't had any complaints. So over here, there is a mini fridge and is that a Keurig? I think so. It's actually not, it's a Hamilton Beach, but it's close enough. And so we've got our like coffee and tea and that kind of stuff. The TV, which I'll probably be watching in bed tomorrow morning. One of my favorite things about staying in a hotel. This is where I was just sitting, the cookie crumb chair and the little lamp. And then we'll go into the restroom. Here's like a full length mirror. A little place to put your luggage and hanging stuff, an ironing board. Got some H2O products in the bathroom, and I did wash my hands, and a little hair dryer. And it's, I don't know, I mean, I'm staying by myself, but I don't love that there's like no door on the between the bathroom area and the toilet, so you just have like these doors that you have to close if you want to. And this was where the hair was stuck to the wall moments ago. I cleaned it up. Also, the bathtub is a little small. Another favorite thing besides watching TV in hotels is taking a nice bubble bath with a bath bomb. And I'm like kind of tall. I don't know, this I think is gonna be a little small for me. I'm not sure if a bath is gonna happen here. Oh, and I should show you outside. This is obviously specific to this room. I'm in room 218, but if you're on this side, you get a little pool view. There is nobody using the pool right now. And I know the hotel is pretty busy this weekend. It is Memorial Day weekend. And also the return of Fantasmic, which I don't know if, I haven't seen a lot of people posting and getting excited about Fantasmic. So I think that places are busy right now just because of the holiday weekend. I'll be curious to see actually how busy the show is tonight. But I did hear them say, like someone rolled up seeing if they could get a room, and they did say that the hotel is fully booked. And I booked this room kind of last minute. It was just like a few days ago. And it seemed like a lot of the hotels in the area were full. We're getting close. Okay, I'm collecting my phone and now we can go to Disneyland. Spooky lighting. For dinner, I went to Red Rose Tavern for the Little Town Harvest Bowl, and I was pretty excited to try this item because it was previously only for breakfast, and I just haven't made it in early enough to try it, and now it's available all day. The downside is, though, they actually removed 2 items that I had just recently reviewed, so I have like 0 net gain when it comes to trying all the items for my blog. This item is $9.99 before discounts, and it includes quinoa, roasted mushrooms and cauliflower, arugula, tomato, Tavern potato bites, and a spicy lime aioli. So I really like this dish. It's definitely something that I would get again. I didn't actually taste lime in the aioli until I just read it in the description. That was kind of a surprise. It wasn't really spicy to me either. As you can see, I got ketchup and tapatio on the side, and I made use of both of them. It was flavorful on its own. I just like adding stuff to things. But yeah, I guess I shouldn't get this again anytime soon because I have so much other stuff to try, but otherwise this would definitely be a repeat order for me. And I just double checked, and this is still included in the breakfast menu, so you can get it now all day. If you do try it, let me know what you think. After dinner, I went to go scope out the Fantasmic viewing areas, and this was about 7:30 p.m., which in retrospect I realized was kind of pushing it. That was kind of late. The area I'm showing here is part of the reserved area for the Fantasmic dining packages, and those areas were still empty, but all of the standby areas were pretty full. The spot I'm showing right now I could have squeezed in here probably, but I would have been behind this tree. So I asked a cast member for advice, and he basically told me pretty quickly that I should just give up and come to the second showing. So I got in late for Pirates, and I used that time to think about my mistakes, ponder my life choices and come up with a plan for the second show. The cast member did say, then I think this is important, if you want to come in for the second show, you want to be on this side of the park. So where Critter Country, New Orleans Square, Galaxy's Edge, you don't want to head back toward Main Street because otherwise it's going to be harder to kind of push your way back in because people are going to be there for Fantasmic and the fireworks. Then they're probably going to head out, and then you're going to have a hard time coming back in against traffic. So that was a good bit of advice. So I ended up seeing the first show, actually. That's what you're seeing here, and it was kind of on accident. I thought I found a good spot to wait. Near Tianu's Bayou, there's a tree with some benches around it, but we ended up getting pushed out. A cast member told us we were not allowed to be there, so I started walking, and I found a spot near some strollers that I kind of tucked myself into, and I think technically I was not supposed to be there, but nobody said anything, and it ended up being okay. For the second show, I did get a smidge closer, basically where these people are at the bottom of the screen, and you just couldn't really see the floats or what was going on in the water, but you could see everything that was going on above. I also wanted to share what I got for breakfast. So my original plan was to continue with my reviews and go to Tangaroa Terrace for the avocado toast, but after having such a late night, I really just wanted to stay in, so I got delivery from the Donuttery. That is an ube donut on the top left, the top right is guava filled, and the bottom is vegan custard filled, so I wanted to make you aware of this option if you decide to get delivery to your room. Hello, so good morning. I'm back in the crumb chair. It's Saturday morning. I have like 12 minutes before I need to get out of here, so I'm going to try to wrap this up and make a quick checkout. So first of all, the hotel room was better than I expected. The bed was really comfortable. I slept really well. I will say I'm the kind of person that I just wake up automatically like 5-6 a.m. so I didn't get enough sleep last night. I was in the park at closing, which I don't know if I know I've done that before at some point, but it's been a long time. I'm a rope drop person, not a late night person. Like, I know I've heard the park closing announcement before, but I can't place like when it was, but I know it's happened maybe once. So I got back here probably like 12:30, in bed by like 1, woke up at 6. But I slept well. The bed was really comfortable. Didn't hear a lot of noise. I feel like I did hear noise when I was going to sleep, but I put the TV on. It was on Harry Potter, and I just turned it on kind of low for like a little background noise. But I know I feel like I heard some sirens and like a little bit of like traffic, but nothing too bad. So I was thinking this hotel would be in the running for my Run Disney event. I think it is really close to the starting line, really convenient. The walk also, I should mention, down Disney Way was nice. Like there's a lot of like plants and it like smelled nice. There was like flowers and stuff. You walk by that garden walk. It was really well lit, and I felt pretty comfortable even in the middle of the night walking back to my room. I was also thinking distance wise, and this is maybe not relevant, but distance wise, I might want to, for my race, choose closer to the park rather than closer to the starting line, because when I am walking over to the starting line, I'm gonna be fresh. I'm gonna my feet are not gonna hurt. I'm gonna be ready. And I might even want a little warm-up walk to get here. That's not a big deal, but I think the next day, if I stay over and go to the parks, I'm gonna be tired, and walking to and from the parks, that's when my feet are gonna be complaining, so I don't know. But overall, I had a nice stay here. It was just one night, but I was thinking that I might want to stay here for my Run Disney event, and I just checked online though, they are fully booked for that weekend. There are still, it seems like a good number of rooms available in the area, but I think because of the proximity to the starting line and the price, this place booked up early. I'll probably still keep an eye on it. I'm gonna keep it as an option because I still have 4 months? Yeah, it's in September, so 4 months before my event. And I know rooms sometimes pop up when people cancel and stuff, so I'll keep this as an option. The only minor complaint was those cleaning things, the crumbs in the chair. But I was thinking also that this is just my personal preference, I guess, but I might want to start traveling with a little bit of cleaning wipes when I stay in a hotel, and just wipe down the remote and the light switches and handles, the sink handle and stuff like that, just when I get here, just so I know that it's clean. So I think that's it for the hotel. Let me know if you had any questions. I'll try to show you a little bit of the outside too, the property. I didn't take any photo or videos last night. This is a bigger hotel too than I expected. I thought it was gonna be a little guy, but it's I think it's about 4 floors and a good number of rooms. So yeah, I think that's it for the hotel. And as for Fantasmic, I was thinking I was going to include some tips for Fantasmic viewing in this video, but it turns out my tips didn't serve me well. I talked to a couple of cast members who were really nice and helpful, or tried to be helpful. They, did their best, but it was the first night after a long break, and I think they just didn't know what to expect. And they told me that too. It was just kind of hard to predict how it was going to go. So I didn't see the first show. Well, I did. Actually, that's not true. I did see from not a designated viewing area. I'm not sure if I was supposed to be standing where I was. And then when the second show started, I was able to move up a little bit closer, but it wasn't really that much closer. I think the prime viewing areas now are all part of the dining packages, which is kind of a bummer. I was talking to a friend online and also a couple people in the crowd about how the before dining packages were introduced, you could just show up early and be sitting right on the water. I remember sitting on the ground close enough that I was getting splashed by the projection fountain thingies. And so now to be in that area, you have to have purchased a dining package, which is kind of a bummer. Hopefully things calm down a little bit over the next few weeks and over the summer, although I don't know, summer tends to be busy. Last night, I think in particular, was really busy. I think this time of year, because it's the beginning of summer, so people are starting to do their summer travel. People are getting out of school, locals who maybe don't come to the parks that often are coming to kick off their summer. The magic key holders like me who are getting ready to get blocked out for summer, or maybe getting 1 or 2 last trips in. Cast members too, I think, have limited admission during the summer. It's also Fleet Week, and I saw some Navy and also Marines in the parks. That was minor. That wasn't a ton of people, but there were some, and also the holiday weekend too. So I think it's busy. So I don't know if my experience will reflect what you might experience if you come in the next few weeks or whatever. So let me know if you do, and maybe you have some tips. And then as for the show itself, without Maleficent the Dragon, I feel it was, I'll say the positive first. Overall, I was excited to see the show. Even though my viewing spot wasn't that great, I was a little bit obstructed and I was kind of far away. The reintroduction of Peter Pan was pretty cool. What else? Definitely enjoyed seeing how excited everybody else was, being in the crowd and hearing everyone cheering like they were at a Taylor Swift concert, and it was just fantastic. I feel even though people were getting frustrated with the viewing situation and the crowds, I feel everyone was handling it well. Like I didn't see people getting like upset or cranky. The cast members were handling it well also. But like, yeah, I think the Maleficent dragon getting fired, it just leaves a little bit of a gap at the end. But I don't know, we'll see what they do with that. I think it just, they missed an opportunity, I think, to add something there, because now it's like they just took something away and they could have gotten creative and like added something new. But it's still a good show. I will try to see it again, hopefully when the crowds are better, or maybe I'll try a dining package and I can tell you what that's like. But I guess I gotta check out because I have 3 minutes to get going. So I'm gonna head out, and let me know if you have any questions, if there's anything I didn't cover. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Oh, and check out my playlist for other hotel reviews. Bye.